Hey everybody, welcome back to TìandTarot. Today's reading is all about what message Spirit has for you right now. And today we have 3 piles, and this is a pick a deck reading. So for the first deck, we have the Gentle Heart Tarot. For the second deck, we have Layla and Olive, Ophidia Rosa Tarot. And for the final deck, on our third pile, we have the Harmony Tarot deck. If you like to choose your pile based on objects, I will add those for you now. Okay, so for your objects today, we have some small vases that I've put some dried flowers into to make like little bouquets. So for pile 1, we have a blue vase or vase with a pink and yellow bouquet. For pile 2, we have a black vase with blue and yellow flowers. And for deck 3, we have a green vase with yellow flowers. Once you have chosen your pile or deck, there will be a timestamp in the description box below for you to find your reading more easily, and I will see you there. Bye. Okay, hello my group 1s. You chose the Gentle Heart Tarot, and you have this little blue vase, which I will put here. So let's get into the messages that Spirit has for you right now. This one, this one, and this one. Okay, so you have the 8 of Cups in reverse, you also have the Queen of Crystals in reverse, and you also have the King of Diamonds upright. So Spirit's message for you right now is essentially to stop lying to yourself, walk away from what you know no longer serves you. So you may be in a toxic relationship or a toxic work environment, or there's just something that isn't working for you anymore, and you keep lying to yourself and saying that you're the one in control, that you know you might even be trying to imply that you're the toxic one in this situation when you're not. And there was like a song that kept coming to my mind. I don't remember the song, but the lyric was, "Don't you know I'm no good for you?" So I feel like somebody in your life or a situation in your life no longer serves you, because that song kept playing, like that one lyric kept going again and again in my head. So especially with the 8 of Cups in reverse, there's something toxic you need to walk away from. It might, appear like it's a great deal, but it's not. And so you need to gain the courage to do so. And the thing is, Spirit is telling you over here with the King of Diamonds that success, protection, it's all yours. If you do what's right for you and put yourself first and know when to walk away from things that don't serve you anymore, don't lie to yourself. You know what your worth is, you know you deserve better. So Spirit is telling you to walk away from whatever this is, whether it's a toxic relationship, friendship, work environment, mindset, habit, whatever this toxicity is, you know you deserve better. And Spirit is telling you that if you walk away from it, you will be protected. Success will come to you, and you'll be so busy living your best life that you completely forget about whatever this was. And so as well with the King of Diamonds, it's about manifestation. There's a block preventing you from manifesting what you want, so long as you stay in whatever this toxicity is. So long as you keep feeding into it. If you keep lying to yourself and portraying this narrative that says that you're the one in control, or that you've got this handled, when you can't really have a toxic environment handled, if it's causing you stress and anxiety, that's an indication that you're not the one in control. So it's something you need to move away from. So you need to stop lying to yourself about this situation being better than what it is, or not exactly what it is. Walk away from the toxicity, and that will help you. immediately start to gain success and start that trajectory towards your best life, your best self. Okay. So let's see if there are other messages from Spirit that they want to tell you right now. Okay. So you have the Ram and Dahlia with determination in reverse. Okay. You also have Jade. I recognize all forms of pure abundance and harmony. You have the number 9. We've also got Aries again. And then we have stability, prosperity, longevity, the heart chakra, Aries and Pisces. Okay, so I'm getting 2 things here. So firstly, you need to claim this Aries Ram energy. So you might not be an Aries, and that's completely fine. Whether you are or you're not, that's absolutely okay. Regardless, you need to sort of take the properties of what an Aries is. You need to try and adopt some of those qualities into yourself, into who you are. So Aries are, there's this like stigma that Aries are very like, on the bad side, they're self-centered, but really it's just putting yourself first. And I think people think it's self-centered to try and put yourself first, but it's actually self-preservation. So you need to start putting yourself first and prioritize yourself, your protection, your safety, and go towards that with sheer determination, because this situation, this toxicity, this toxic relationship is preventing you from claiming that energy. So it's making you put yourself last to whatever this situation is. It's making you be second to it. And that's as well what I was getting with the Jade, because you do have Aries again here. So you really need to claim that. When you do, you will then start to see abundance and harmony in your life. You'll start to feel peace, less anxiety, less stress. You'll find that harmony, that balance, and you'll start getting that success in abundance. Because we have heart chakra here, it kind of makes me feel like potentially this is a relationship of some kind. So like a friendship, a romantic relationship, a family dynamic, because it's matters to do with the heart. It could also be about what your heart truly desires. So you could be in a work situation that's really toxic, really not good for your mental health or physical well-being, and your heart desires something different, So it's about chasing what you want, going after your heart's desires, and that will bring you the stability, prosperity that you're looking for. And it will be long term, it will be forever. Once you're out of this kind of toxic situation, that's what Spirit's kind of saying here. And then I also wanted to roll some mindful dice for any last messages. Okay. Yeah, so you have, firstly, you have let go. So you need to let go of this situation, whatever it is that's not working for you. You have mindful bites. You also have cultivate courage. And who is the most courageous, if not Aries? And then you also have manifest dreams. Yes. Okay. So you definitely have to do the courageous thing. And it might take time, especially with mindful bites here. It might take time to transition into this energy. Like, you can't just be told that you have to be courageous and then all of a sudden you just are and you go for it and you start changing things. It takes progress, because your mind needs time to kind of get acclimatized to this kind of new way of thinking and being. So it will take time, but you need to let go of this situation, cultivate the courage that comes with being an Aries, the determination, the self-preservation by being what most people would say is selfish or self-centered, but that's not true. It's self-preservation. And when you do that, that's you trying to manifest your dreams. And the King of Diamonds is also all about manifestation. So you will manifest what you want. You will manifest your dreams. So long as you let go of toxicity, whatever this situation is, and start claiming that self-preservation, that courage. Be the courageous ram who's determined to achieve their heart's desires. So, group 1, that is your messages from Spirit. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you felt drawn to any other piles or readings, please feel free to check those out now. If not, I hope to see you here next week on Fridays, usually, for another reading on TìandTarot. Bye. Okay, hello my group 2s. Welcome to your reading. So you chose this really cute black vase. This one's my favourite, for sure. So this deck, actually. But yeah, you chose the Layla and Olive deck, which is also just stunning. So let's get into Spirit's messages for you right now. Oh, this one. Okay. This one. These two. Okay. Okay, so firstly, you have the Six of Pentacles. You also have the Strength card, and you also have the Chariot. So straight away there's some really big messages coming through for you from Spirit, because you've got two major arcana cards as well. So what I'm getting from Spirit, especially with the Strength and the Chariot, because they're just so similar in a sense, I'm getting that you are somebody who you lead with like compassion and love. And it's that kind of caring compassion where, you know, you don't think you're better than anybody else. You treat everybody the same. You don't think you're more or less deserving than anyone. You're so harmonious in the way that you approach things. That keeps you so spiritually connected that Spirit is essentially rewarding you. You're gonna start to see this really quick, sudden change of pace in terms of success, especially financially, in terms of like abundance and things like that. All of a sudden your life is just going to start to be exactly what you want it to be, and that is literally because you lead with love and compassion. So with the Strength card, this indicates that, you know, while you definitely have the ability to, you know, have these kind of, you know, toxic, aggressive mindsets, every day that you choose compassion and love over those things, it shows just how strong you are. Instead of acting from a place of insecurity, where you have to be the loudest, most aggressive person in the room, instead of acting from that insecurity, you're acting from a place of love and compassion. And in a sense, that helps to protect you from literally everything. So people can't really penetrate this like shield that you've built up, because your shield is made of love and compassion and care and kindness and family and support and things like that. So it literally can't get through to you. So no matter what anybody says, don't take it to heart, but also you won't take it to heart. Like, that's kind of what the cards are saying. Even if you were gonna let something affect you, you're so strong for not giving in to what people say or do to you that it's not going to affect you anyways. You're not even gonna care if anyone says anything to you. And because you're so kind to people and generous, and you support everybody, and you have that really balanced mindset, that is the key to your success. And that success, it's time for it to come into your life. It's finally coming now. So this is like whatever success looks to you, essentially. So however that looks for you, whether that's, you know, just having like a peaceful day today, maybe it's financial abundance, maybe it's spending more, being able to have more time to yourself, spending more time with family and friends and things like that, that's coming for you, whatever it is that you want in terms of success. And also your attitude, because you're, you know, not this angry, aggressive person, despite the fact that you have like that lion or that serpent within you, because you choose to lead with like community and kindness in the same way mushrooms do, because they are a community fungus. Because you know, you focus on the community, you're kind, you're generous, it makes you a really great role model. So, you know, it makes you a really good like person to influence others. Like, your voice is an important one, your opinions are important, your mindset is valuable, like especially if you share that with others and how you do it, that's really needed, especially today, like especially now. So I feel like it's you know, if you were interested in being a bit of a community figurehead or being influential in some kind of way, or, you know, maybe providing like talks to others and things like that, this is essentially an all clear to do that. This is like, yeah, go for it, like a green light basically. Okay, so let's see if Spirit has any other messages for you. So you have the raccoon and sycamore with curiosity. Okay, you also have I am filled with warmth, light and vitality of the sun. Golden tiger's eye, you have 4 and 8 here. They might be relevant to you. You have sacral, third eye, sacral again, and solar plexus for the chakras. You have Leo and Capricorn. You have creativity, creativity, courage, balance. Okay. I feel like the fact I wanted to say curiosity again is interesting. Maybe it would be good to start getting curious about your potential, especially as an influential figure, as someone who has an important, you know, voice and important messages to share. Maybe, you know, you might be curious about like writing a book or something to kind of share your, you know, valuable wisdom and insights with people. Something like that. But yeah, so what I'm getting from Spirit, from these cards, is that you are the light the flowers grow towards. Again, I'm getting so much good role model energy. Like, so you essentially like, so you know how like the sun nourishes the flowers and helps them grow and gives them all the vitamins they need, so they grow towards it naturally. If you put a plant in your house, in like a room, and the sun rises on one side and then the next year it rises on the other side, you'll see the plant lean towards wherever the sun is in the sky. So you are like that. You're like the sun. I'm the vitality of the sun that the flowers grow towards. People look to you for wisdom, for support, for kindness, for love. They see you as this warm, light, vibrant, kind, happy person. And that's exactly what you are. Like, you aren't, you know, faking it. And you might have imposter syndrome where maybe you don't feel like you're this person, but you 100% are. You are this golden tiger's eye. So people just lean towards you, and you have that success from that. You have that like Leo Cap energy, because with Leos there's like so much success around that like bright yellow energy. So that's what's going to help bring in your success, is you maintaining that balance that you have, and also getting a bit more courageous to put yourself out there, especially as a figurehead. You might be a bit weary, maybe you don't want to do it, maybe you don't want to get started, but this is Spirit telling you like you're ready to share your wisdom and your messages, to get started, to help people. It's just about being courageous and getting curious about what your future could look like. I think once you start to let this influencing energy out, that's when things take a turn and they start with the success. Although I do already just feel like, because of who you are naturally as a person, the success will be on its way to you, regardless of whether you start this endeavour or not. But I do also feel like this endeavour towards being like a influential person and getting curious about that can also help to speed things up as well in terms of your success. But this is inevitable because it's a major arcana as well. This is just something that's just coming to you, this success. It's, you know, it's non-negotiable. That is on its way to you. But there's just like this sort of open question of like, would you like to influence? Would you like to share your wisdom and your ideas? Okay, so I also wanted to roll some mindful dice for any last messages. Oh, you have find joy, which is so cute because I feel like you are this like happy glowy energy, so it's saying like keep that up essentially. You've also got be silent right over this card of strength, which is very interesting. You have find forgiveness and you have loving kindness. See, I told you, you got that loving kind energy. So with the be silent over strength, it's about silencing that anger and that the potential to be that kind of serpent within you. You have that strength, but that's, you know, one side of the coin to strength. And it, more often than not, when you act from a place of aggression or anger or, you know, whatever, it comes from a place of insecurity, and it proves your strength when you can hold back on it. If you can be the, you know, the silent, like what's the word, opponent in an argument, in a conflict, if you can be the one that isn't getting loud, that isn't shouting at everybody, and you can actually stay calm, that helps you win the argument as well, because then it gives you time to think. While that person's getting hot-headed and they're not really thinking about what they're doing or saying, you can stay level-headed. So that's really what I'm getting here, is that remember to be who you are, stay level-headed, find joy and loving kindness. And when it says find forgiveness, this can be in terms of whoever is the kind of challenging you. Find a place in your heart to forgive them and be kind and joyous for everybody. But that can be one message, but the message I'm getting is that you have a little bit of imposter syndrome, and you think because you have like this serpent, you have the potential to be like this kind of aggressive person. I think you think that means you're not good, which isn't true at all. Because everyone has this, you know, everyone has both. We've both all got good and bad. It's the choices we make, you know. So you might think that this makes you a bad person because you have the potential to be angry and aggressive and whatever, when it definitely doesn't, because every day that you choose not to act on that, you're proving that you're a good person. And so you kind of need to find forgiveness for yourself and to accept the fact that you are this positive, sunshiny energy, even if you don't feel that way. Okay, so that was your reading pile 2. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe. If you felt drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. If not, I hope to see you here next week on Fridays for another reading on TìandTarot. Bye. Okay, welcome my group threes to your reading. You chose this really cute little green vase. I love that one. And you also chose the Harmony Tarot deck. This is honestly my favourite, like the one I've had since the beginning. Okay, so let's get into the messages that Spirit has for you. Oh my gosh! Okay, so you have the Soil, the Sun card. Oh, this one as well. Oh, you have the Divine. I knew this was going to be a good one. I knew it. I'm really feeling... Oh, I'm torn. This one, actually. Okay, you've got the Fairy Ring. I want to see what this is. You have the Ghost. Okay. You're getting 4 cards. Okay. I was hoping that I wouldn't get the Ghost card, and that's exactly the one I got for your pile. I should have trusted my gut and just stuck with that. It's a tricky one to interpret. But it's okay, we'll figure this out together. So, the first thing I want to point out really quickly is that you've got all major arcana cards. So, there is a big message here from Spirit. This is like life-changing messages here. Okay, so what I'm kind of getting with all of these cards together is that something is returning to your life that is negative. But hold up, okay, because we got some good stuff coming. This is just, I'm just going through the motions of how it's going to happen in order. But something negative is coming back up, whether it's like a toxic situation, you know, maybe a toxic family member that you don't really like and you're having to spend time with them. Maybe it's a toxic relationship or a work environment or a habit of yours, or like, you know, something that you do. It's coming back up. And what Spirit wants you to know is basically that it wants you to remember that this negative thing, because it's coming up as the ghost, remember it's been and gone. So it's all, the tough part's already happened. You already know you don't like this toxic thing, whatever it is. And so that's the hard part is done. You already figured out it's not for you. So remember that going forward. And it wants you to handle this situation with a lot of grace and intellect. Talk to your friends and family for support. I kept getting this song lyric in my head. It was, I don't remember the song, but it was something like, I'll hold you when things go wrong. I'll be with you from dusk till dawn, baby, I'm right here. Something like that. Something like that. But the part that was coming into my head was like, I'm right here. So essentially this is saying you have support, whether you're aware of it or not. It can be support from friends and family, but it can also be spiritual support. So there's people rooting for you, whether on the physical side or the spiritual side. People are rooting for your success. They want you to do well. They're supporting you through this tough period. And so it wants you to handle this situation with a lot of grace, a lot of intelligence. And when we have the Divine card here, this is essentially saying take off like the rose-tinted glasses. So look at this situation very clearly, very plainly for what it is. You have a tendency to act impulsively. Maybe this situation really tests your patience. It tests you because it stresses you out. And you have a tendency to act really impulsively. And you need to break that toxic behavior and habit. And the way that it's telling you to do that with these two cards is to give yourself time for peace and patience. So make sure that before you make any decisions, especially if you feel like you're about to make a wrong choice or like an impulsive choice, go and take some time for yourself first so that you can think about things, because that will make you handle the situation with grace and intelligence. So go, have a bath, have that time to yourself to just think about things and be isolated for a bit. Meditate, go for a walk, maybe do some yoga, do something that switches your brain off for a second, the thinking part, makes it go a bit silent. Give yourself time to kind of process your feelings and come back to it so that your emotions are so much calmer. Give like the overactive part of your brain a break and let the more patient parts of your brain come forward. The ones that are more analytical over action. And let that kind of come through. Maybe practice some breathing exercises to help you be a lot calmer. And also, potentially with the Divine, maybe also turn to spirituality for support as well. That's it might be something that helps you. Maybe you're quite religious, either, whatever religion it is, maybe that just helps you. So the Divine card is kind of saying maybe look to that for guidance, if that's your cup of tea. If it's not, don't worry about it. But definitely take the time to refrain from acting impulsively so that you can approach whatever the situation is with grace and intelligence. And remember that the hard part is over. You've already tackled this beast once, so you just have to do it one more time. And again, you've already done it. So you already know, because it's a ghost, you've done this before. You know how it works, you know the routine, you've got this, and you've got the support around you. I really strongly feel like maybe there's some sort of spirit on the other side. Maybe it's like a past pet or loved one, but they really love you and support you, and they're rooting for your success. And then with the Sun card here, this is essentially saying once all is, said and done, when you've handled these situations with that kind of grace, that intelligence, you've broken that toxic habit of acting impulsively, you've learned to be patient, spend time with yourself, be a lot calmer, you've taken off the rose-tinted glasses, there is just so much happiness, so much success around you, so much kindness, love, support. You end up feeling really, really supported. Once it's all, said and done, you're going to be in a really happy, positive place, better place than you've ever been before, where you're no longer worried about this isn't even a problem anymore. You're in such a good place. You're so successful, so happy. There's literally nothing to worry about because you've mastered how to be grown up. You've mastered how to handle your emotions, how to be intelligent, how to handle situations that you don't like with dignity and grace. You've overcome something toxic, and so you're at the end of this cycle. This cycle is over, and now you're reaping happiness, success, benefits, rewards. This is a time for you to really act on anything you want to do, like hobbies and things like that, anything that's kind of been on your mind, now's the time to do it. Once you're in that good place, you're finally ready to do it. Okay. So let's see if there's any more messages from Spirit. So you have the Finch and Peach with romance in reverse up here. Okay. Then let's get one of these. Oh, that one. So you have I'm guided by logic and intuition. Okay, what did I say? You have the number 4, you have Sodalite, you've got intuition, focuses energy, guidance. You also have throat and third eye and Sagittarius. Okay. Okay, so with throat and third eye, this is about standing up for yourself, communicating well, communicating effectively, and with the third eye, it's about being patient, using your foresight and your intelligence to act appropriately in situations. You're guided by logic and intuition. You trust your intuition, you trust your logic to handle this situation with grace, to handle it effectively. And on top of that, because you've got Sagittarius here, this is like an element of Sagittarius is kind of being unaffected by negativity, people kind of saying things to deter you off of your road to success, and it just, you're not affected by it. You almost laugh at it, like you don't take it seriously, you don't take it to heart. So this is saying, in order as well to be successful at this situation, you need to remember that this person's opinion ain't shit. This toxicity, this situation, whatever it is, it means nothing. It's worthless. It has no value to you because this person or this situation has no value to you. It's not something you want or like, so why would you care about what it has to say, or what, it represents? You don't have to worry about that. It means nothing to you. And then over here, I think because you have success, happiness, and the romance card came out on top of that, and because I said, very briefly, I said something like, if there's any hobbies or things you want to start doing, or anything you're interested in that you want to start doing, once you're happy and successful, then's the right time to do it. So what I think this is essentially saying, while this situation is going on, this sort of toxic negativity, and while you're working on undoing that toxic habit of being impulsive, while you're doing all of that, you don't have time for romance. You shouldn't really make room for it in your life because you're not ready at the minute, because you've got a lot on your plate. You're also working on yourself. You're working on this other situation as well. So there's just a lot going on, and it's not the right time for you. But when you're finally in that good place of just happiness, success, abundance, once this cycle's ended, because it will end, because you're going to handle it like a boss. You've got this. You've got all the support you need. So when it does end, you'll be really happy, really successful, and that is when you can now make room in your life for romance, and it will just come in. So I feel like something that's waiting for you as well, what Spirit is saying is, once you actually reach the end of this and you actually listen to Spirit and let them guide you through this period, waiting on the other side for you is then your romance, honestly. So is this sort of new chapter in your love life as well, which is just like a little plus, a little addition to this whole situation. Okay, and then let's get some mindful dice to see if there's any last messages from Spirit. Okay, so you have take space, so take up space. So this is essentially saying that you have every right to be where you are, and don't let anyone tell you that you don't belong somewhere, or that that place isn't for you. You also have be present, which is really important, especially when staying in the moment, trying to act with intellect and grace. Don't let your mind wander, and don't, let that impulsivity take over. Be really present and grounded when you're dealing with this situation. Mindful breath. So this is saying, like, you need to really meditate, take that time to yourself. When you're feeling stressed, when you're feeling impulsive, go have a bath, go meditate, go do some yoga, go for a walk. You need to have that time by yourself in order to come back and be ready to tackle this confrontation or this situation. Embrace change. I feel like that's to do with this. So especially because it's there's a lot of blue energy actually, but especially because it's blue and then these two cards are blue, I feel like it's to do with this. You might be a little bit like weary / afraid of this because I feel like you've not had time for it. There's not really been a place for it in your life. You might never have dated in your life because you've always constantly been dealing with these things. As I said, this was a situation you've already dealt with, so you've essentially dealt with it twice. So this has been, you know, a thing that you've been having to put up with for a long time, and so you've not really had time for romance. So this might even be your first romantic connection or relationship, which might be a little bit nerve-wracking, and you're like, oh no, I'm not ready because, you know, I've got all this stuff, and you're like denying the fact that you've overcome that. But this is basically saying when this comes in for you, this happiness, this success, this romance, remember, you deserve it, you earned it, you were owed it. Not romance, but, you know, happiness and success, because no one is owed that. But you definitely deserve happiness and success, and that, you know, don't get that imposter syndrome. This is meant for you. Embrace it. Don't be afraid to, you know, start something new because it's different to what you've been through, because then you'll avoid everything that's good for you, because this was such a negative situation for you that anything different is going to be positive, and if you hold back from that, then you're never going to get to enjoy those positive things. So definitely embrace change. Okay, so that was your reading, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe. If you felt drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. If not, I hope to see you here next week on Fridays for another reading on TìandTarot. Bye.